going on, everybody? Hope y'all are having a good one. Doing a little bit of a shakedown run today. Been somewhat following along for any amount of time. You'll know that this is the Gapra, but this is version, I honestly don't even know what now. I've redone this thing so many times I've actually lost count. So I'm not done with what I'm doing here, but I'm waiting on some parts and I got it to a point where it should be drivable. So we're going to do a little bit of a shakedown and see how everything is working together with what I've got so far. Biggest change is the chassis. I found another very odd style, cheap LCG chassis off Amazon. So we're gonna give that a shot. And then I also went with the J Concepts anvil body. Can't really rotate it back all the way, but there is actually no front chassis rails. It actually ends right there and right there. So very, very odd design, but gives me a little bit more breakover angle. Definitely still gonna have some body trimming to do. I've got to get some new links in, and I may end up having to get some different shocks, at least for the front. It's kind of a bind in the front, kind of not a bind. I'm not sure what's going on. I need to drive it and see what's up. But axles are still the same, wheels and tires, servo. Actually still even have the Stealth X transmission, Hobbywing Fusion motor. Everything else is still pretty much the same. It's basically the chassis, the body, and some suspension geometry. So it's not really much else to talk about. I'm just going to run it through a few obstacles and see how it does and see where I need to go from here. So yeah, enjoy this potential failure, and catch y'all in the next one. That's the breakover angle I've been wanting. Not bad. Okay. Easy side's not a problem, obviously. I always used to get hung up on the belly right here. It's pretty close, but I think we might be able to walk it. Didn't even touch. That there's a huge improvement. A little bit of tire rubbing on the body on extreme articulation. Definitely got some trimming to do on the fenders. Very nice. Get that back tire to hook. There it is. Very nice. This could potentially be a bad idea. We're going to see how it descends on what is probably the most gnarly descent that I've got at the moment. Because we're missing a couple rocks or chunks of asphalt. Got a couple big holes and it's steep. But see how it does. If it goes, it'd be right there. Oh. Okay, I'll take that just because I wasn't on my P's and Q's, but it held its own on the first section, which is normally the problem area. Now, if I recall, I don't believe I've had anything go up this left side yet. Not even this truck in its previous configuration. So, let's see what happens here. I don't know that I've even made it up this line right here yet. Pretty sure it always either got hung up or wanted to kick over backwards. Oh. We might be onto something here, guys. Oh, it slipped. I think I might still have it though. Yes. This is the part that I'm still unsure about, because it is incredibly steep off camber, and there's a couple holes that your tires will fall into. Ooh. That's too much from that angle. What if we get over a little further? See, that front tire is getting, get over here and show a little better. Front tire is getting sucked down in that hole right there. There used to be a chunk of asphalt right there, but got kicked out. Hold on. Gotta get rid of this cigarette. Pause. Okay. Little chipmunks over here keep messing with me. Damn. Just not quite enough grip to get the hook and then swing the rear end around. Whew. That was almost bad. Oh, wow. I wasn't ever able to get over that right there before either. It was a pretty gnarly breakover angle. Definitely gained a lot of belly clearance, which is very good, because that was always a bit of an issue with the previous version. Oh no. wasn't even done painting this cab yet, and she's definitely getting scratched up. Oh man. Even just the simple things like that. That breakover angle is awesome. And this isn't even one of the crazy setups with super double bent links and drive shaft with a carrier bearing. This is still a straight shaft. I've got the stuff to do the carrier bearing and double drive shafts in the rear, and I could do the crazy double bent links, so that may end up being the next version. Dang. Alright, well, I think that might be doable, but that's going to be quite the battle. It's going to take some time, and I don't want to push this thing super hard just yet. The rear is in fairly decent shape, but the front end geometry in certain situations, it's got a pretty decent bind. And just crawls right up that section, no problem. So we'll call it a day, but definitely revisit this once I get my links in the mail. See how it does coming down this side over here. Very well behaved. I'm digging it. Okay, I've got 3 more obstacles I want to hit, and then I think we'll call it. Grab on the back, there you go. Oop, oop, oop. Okay, got a little off course there. There we go. It's been a little while since I've hit this with a 4-wheel steer rig, so it takes a minute to remember what likes to go where. Let's see, I wonder if I can get the back end to wrap around and grab the high side. Oh yeah, butter. like it was nothing. Now, see how it comes down this. This one was always a little sketchy. Once your front end drops down into this section here, the rear end likes to come over the top. See how it does now. I'm sure all the slippery leaves and sticks that are here aren't going to make it any better. Everything's pretty trashed up here. I haven't cleaned up in quite a while. Oh, that was wonderful. Holy moly. See if it does it right here. Talk about stability. Oh, this thing's gonna be sweet. I don't think anything's changed enough to make a difference on this. I think this section right here is always going to be a pain. Like right at that in-between stage for wheelbase with this truck. Ooh, that's not what you want. Well, seems like with a little bit of cheating and dropping a rear tire down, it is a little bit easier than what it was. So, yes, ooh, I screwed that one up pretty bad. Progress is progress. Easy now. Oh. Man. Crossed up in there pretty dang good. There we go. Last obstacle for the day. I do not have any high hopes in the slightest for this, but I've got to try. It's the impossible tree, nightmare tree, whatever you want to call it. This thing has been the bane of my crawling existence for years. one of these days it will happen, and it will probably be a fluke, lucky grab onto some piece of bark that I have not managed to grab yet. But nevertheless, every time I get a new truck or make a change to a truck or feel like it's a little bit sunnier or something, I've always got to try it. So eventually something is going to change just right, and I'll finally be able to make it up into the notch of this thing. So we shall see if that day is today. Go to a wider angle here so I can get closer and catch it when it falls. In all honesty, if you haven't seen this before, the only real goal is to get your front tires to crest over that notch right there. I refuse to do anything else with this tree until I can make it up to that notch. But one of these days, if I do get up in there, then I will build something off the other side and around, or continue up something. But until that day comes, this is what I'm stuck with trying to conquer here. And we're getting really light on the front passenger side. Just raising the tire up. Okay. Oof. This is a rough one. I didn't figure so, but it's always worth a shot. Oh. It almost looked like it was gonna pull that front back down, but not happening. Well, we'll call it right there. It is what it is. I'm pretty happy with what improvements have been made. Still got a lot of work to do on the front end. Wait for some links to show up, and then once I get the links sorted out, I'll figure out what I'm doing about the shock situation. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get some longer shocks for the front, just because they're so far away, the mounting points from where I would normally have them. But got to adapt. New stuff, new problems, new solutions. So anyways, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Later.